Sarah and Mark moved into their new home, a quaint, old-fashioned house nestled in a quiet neighborhood. The realtor had touted its charm and history, mentioning in passing that it had once belonged to a prominent family with a secretive past. Among its quirks was a basement, its entrance hidden behind a door in the kitchen, beckoning with shadows that seemed to whisper secrets. Curiosity led Sarah to explore the basement alone one evening. She found old furniture covered in dusty sheets, cobwebs clinging to forgotten corners, and a sense of unease that prickled her skin. A flickering light bulb cast eerie shadows on the walls, making the basement seem larger and more labyrinthine than it appeared during the daytime. Late at night, Mark heard muffled noises coming from the basement, scratching against the walls, faint whispers that echoed through the air. He dismissed them as the house settling, but unease crept into his dreams, unsettling his sleep. Each night, the noises seemed to grow louder, more insistent, as if something within the basement wanted to be heard. Sarah noticed small items, keys, books, going missing, only to reappear in odd places. Atop the basement stairs on the kitchen counter, arranged in patterns that seemed almost deliberate. Each occurrence deepened her sense of foreboding. She couldn't shake the feeling that something, or someone, was watching her, playing a twisted game of cat and mouse. Mark began having vivid dreams of a shadowy figure in the basement, a presence that beckoned him, promising answers to questions he didn't know he had. Each night, the dreams grew more intense, blurring the line between sleep and wakefulness. In these dreams, he wandered through endless corridors, chasing after fleeting shadows that slipped through his fingers like smoke. During another exploration of the basement, Sarah discovered a hidden passage behind a movable shelf, a narrow corridor leading deeper underground. Cold air swept from within, carrying with it a scent of damp earth and decay. She hesitated at the threshold, her hand trembling as she considered whether to venture further into the unknown. Exploring the hidden passage, Sarah found old journals filled with cryptic entries and drawings of strange symbols. They spoke of rituals, of a presence that hungered for souls, and of sacrifices made in the name of power beyond comprehension. The pages were brittle with age. The ink faded to ghostly whispers of a past that refused to stay buried. As Sarah delved deeper, she felt a malevolent presence watching, an entity that stirred in the shadows, its hunger palpable and ancient. Fear gripped her heart as whispers filled her mind, urging her to turn back before it was too late. Shadows seemed to move of their own accord, twisting into sinister shapes that danced just beyond the edge of her vision. Mark, drawn by the haunting dreams, ventured into the basement alone. There, he encountered a ghostly apparition, a figure clad in tattered garments, its eyes hollow and mournful. It reached out as if seeking solace or vengeance, its presence chilling the air around him. Mark stumbled back, his breath catching in his throat as he struggled to comprehend the specter before him. At the passage's end lay a ritual chamber, a macabre tableau of ancient artifacts and sacrificial altars. Sarah and Mark recoiled in horror at the sight of bones arranged in intricate patterns, surrounded by flickering candles and symbols etched in blood. The air was thick with a palpable malevolence, as if the very walls of the chamber pulsed with dark energy. In their exploration, Sarah and Mark unwittingly unleashed a malevolent force, a darkness that seeped from the depths of the basement, twisting reality and summoning entities hungry for mortal souls. Their home became a battleground between the living and the damned, as shadows coalesced into tangible forms that prowled the hallways with malicious intent. The malevolent force tormented them, whispering lies, distorting perceptions, and feeding on their fear. Sarah and Mark struggled to distinguish reality from illusion as the basement's influence seeped into their minds, driving them to the brink of madness. Hallucinations plagued their waking hours, blending with the horrors of their dreams until they could no longer trust their own senses. With resolve born of desperation, Sarah and Mark attempted to seal the hidden passage, but the malevolent force resisted, unleashing a torrent of spectral rage. They fought against unseen adversaries, their screams echoing through the house as they struggled to close the gateway to darkness. The walls seemed to pulse with a malevolent energy, pushing back against their efforts with a relentless fury. Armed with knowledge from the journals, Sarah crafted protective symbols, wards against the malevolent force's influence. She and Mark traced ancient runes on walls and floors, their trembling hands guided by desperation and fading hope. The symbols glowed faintly in the dim light, casting a fragile barrier against the encroaching darkness that threatened to consume them. In a climactic battle, Sarah and Mark faced the malevolent force head-on, channeling ancient rituals and wielding makeshift weapons against the darkness. Shadows clashed with light, reality warped and twisted as they fought for their lives and sanity. The air crackled with arcane energy, each blow resonating with the weight of their desperation and determination to survive. As dawn broke over the horizon, the malevolent force weakened, a fleeting moment of respite in the aftermath of their harrowing ordeal. Sarah and Mark emerged from the basement, their bodies bruised and minds scarred, but alive against all odds. They stood together in the soft light of dawn, their gazes haunted yet filled with a newfound strength born of survival. Despite their victory, lingering shadows haunted Sarah and Mark, the basement's malevolent legacy etched into their souls. They vowed never to forget the horrors they faced, their home forever marked by the darkness that dwelled beneath. The air seemed colder, the shadows longer, as if the basement's malevolence had seeped into every corner of their lives. They kept a silent vigil over the basement, a solemn promise to guard against its secrets and prevent others from falling prey to its malevolent allure. Their resolve was a testament to the strength forged in the crucible of fear and survival. They installed locks and reinforced barriers, yet they knew deep down that some doors should never be opened again. Years passed, yet the house's walls whispered of its dark history, a cautionary tale passed down among curious neighbors and wary visitors. For Sarah and Mark, it remained a testament to the fragile boundary between the mundane and the supernatural. The whispers grew louder at night, as if the house itself mourned the secrets buried beneath its foundations. Beneath the house, the basement lay sealed, an eternal abyss of forgotten horrors and restless spirits. Its secrets slept in darkness, a chilling reminder that some doors should never be opened and some truths are better left buried. Sarah and Mark gazed down at the sealed entrance, the weight of their shared ordeal pressing against their hearts. They knew that the basement would forever remain a chapter of their lives they could never fully close.